The first time I said the words, "I have a girlfriend," the world around me seemed to freeze. I don't mean that in a dramatic way. It literally felt like time slowed down. The chatter stopped. The laughter faded. Even the clinking of glasses around us seemed to fall silent for a moment. And in that silence, I heard something I'd never heard before. My own heartbeat, pounding like it was trying to break free from years of hiding. It was just one sentence, 5 small words. But it felt like I had dropped a secret so heavy that even gravity paused to catch it. And yet, the moment those words left my mouth, I realized something I never expected. Freedom doesn't always come with celebration. Sometimes it comes with a quiet breath and the softest whisper of finally. Before that day, I lived 2 lives. There was the version of me that everyone saw. Polite, calm, the kind of person who never caused ripples. And then there was the version of me I kept hidden. The one who laughed louder, who blushed when a certain name popped up on her phone, who stayed up too late reading messages that made her heart race. Her name was Mia. She wasn't just my first girlfriend. She was my first safe space. The first person who made me feel like I didn't need to explain myself to exist. When I was with her, the world made sense. But when I wasn't, I became someone else. I filtered my words, adjusted my tone, and erased pronouns like editing was my second language. When my friends asked, "So, are you seeing anyone?" I'd always smile and say, "No, just focusing on me right now." And that lie, that small harmless lie, started to eat away at me, because it wasn't harmless. It was a tiny act of self-erasure repeated over and over until even I started to believe it. And the truth was that being in love but invisible is one of the loneliest feelings in the world. The moment it happened, I wasn't planning it. I didn't wake up that morning thinking, "Today's the day I tell the truth." I was meeting a few old friends from college, the kind of friends who knew my favorite snacks, my weird habits, and every embarrassing story from my teenage years. We were sitting in this small café downtown, the kind with chipped mugs and the faint smell of coffee beans roasted too long. The sound of rain against the windows made everything feel cozy, safe, familiar. For the first time in a long time, I felt relaxed. We talked about work, travel, relationships, the usual catch-up talk. And then, it happened. My friend Sarah leaned forward, stirring her coffee, and asked the question that I had been dodging for months. "So, is there anyone special in your life right now?" She said it so casually, so kindly, not knowing that my stomach dropped the second the words hit the air. I laughed, the nervous kind of laugh that doesn't sound like you. I looked down, traced the rim of my mug, and felt my throat tighten. This was the moment. Every instinct in me screamed, "Don't say it. Keep it easy. Keep it vague. Stay safe." But something inside me, something tired and brave, said, "Not this time." So I took a breath, looked up, and said the 5 words I'd never said out loud before. "I have a girlfriend." The words came out small, but they felt enormous. For a second, no one spoke. I could hear the rain, the creak of the chair next to me, the hum of the espresso machine in the background. Then Sarah smiled. Her whole face softened, and she said, "That's wonderful." Just like that. No drama, no awkward pause, no shock, just a smile. And suddenly I could breathe again. But not everyone reacted the same way. My other friend Emma blinked, then looked down, then said, "Oh, I didn't know you were..." You know, that hit differently. It wasn't cruel, it wasn't mean, but it was heavy. The kind of reaction that reminds you how far you still have to go to be fully seen. The conversation moved on after that. We talked about vacations, new jobs, small things. But under the surface, everything felt different. For me, it felt like I was finally standing in sunlight after years underground. For some of them, I could feel the discomfort. Quiet, polite, unspoken. Later that night, I got a message from Emma. It said, "I hope you know I support you." I just wasn't expecting that. It's new to me. But I'm happy if you're happy. At first, I didn't know how to feel. Was that acceptance? Was it hesitation? Was it both? I read it again and again, trying to find the meaning behind every word. And that's when it hit me. Not everyone will meet your truth with instant understanding. Sometimes they meet it with confusion, sometimes with silence, sometimes with love that's still learning. And that's okay. The twist came a few days later. I was scrolling through my phone when I saw a message from someone unexpected. My younger cousin, Ava. She had seen a photo of me and Mia that I'd posted quietly online. Nothing bold, just us smiling. Her message said, "I saw your picture. You look so happy. I wanted you to know. I'm like you too. I haven't told anyone yet." I stared at my screen for a long time, and then I cried, because suddenly I understood something profound. That one small act of truth, saying "I have a girlfriend," had made space for someone else's truth too. That's the power of honesty. It ripples. It starts small, then grows into something that reaches farther than you could ever imagine. Before that day, my life felt like walking through fog. Every step was careful, every word measured, every version of me edited for safety. I was surrounded by people who loved me, but they didn't really know me. And that kind of love, while comforting, always felt incomplete. After that day, everything changed. Not all at once, but slowly, beautifully. I started saying her name more, not hiding it behind gender-neutral words or nervous laughter. I started to feel the difference between surviving and living, and I realized that coming out isn't a one-time thing. It's a lifelong journey, a collection of tiny, brave moments where you choose truth over fear. Every time you say who you are out loud, you take back a piece of yourself that the world told you to hide. It's not easy. There are still moments that sting. Awkward silences, misplaced curiosity, quiet misunderstandings. But there's also so much light, so much laughter, so much relief in finally being known. Being queer has taught me that authenticity isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's standing in who you are, fully, even when it's uncomfortable. Because the truth is, you don't need everyone to understand you. You just need the right people to see you and stay. And when they do, everything gets softer. If you're listening to this right now, and you haven't said your truth out loud yet, I want you to know something. You're not late. You're not behind. You're just becoming. Your coming out journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It can be loud or quiet, fast or slow, messy or miraculous. You don't have to announce it to the world. You can whisper it to a friend, write it in a journal, or simply tell yourself in the mirror, "This is who I am." Because every time you speak your truth, no matter how small it feels, you shift the world a little closer to honesty. And if people don't understand right away, remember, their confusion isn't your responsibility. Your only responsibility is to keep being you. When I think back to that day, the day I said, "I have a girlfriend," I realize it wasn't just a confession. It was a declaration, a quiet promise to myself that I would never hide again. So if you're still waiting for your moment, let me tell you this. It will come, and when it does, it might not look like fireworks or applause. It might just be a calm moment, a breath, a sentence, a truth spoken softly into the world. And that will be enough. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever been afraid to say who you love or who you are, I'd love to hear your story. Tell me in the comments. What's one truth you've said out loud that changed everything for you? Because every time one of us tells our story, we make space for someone else to find theirs. These are our lesbian stories, our queer stories, our brave stories. And they matter. If you want to hear more stories like this, more real, honest, human moments about love, fear, and freedom, subscribe. This space is for all of us. The scared ones, the proud ones, the ones still figuring it out. Because every truth spoken, no matter how small, builds a world where we all get to exist freely. The day I said, I have a girlfriend, I thought I was risking everything. But what I didn't realize was that I was gaining something far more important. Myself. And that's the beauty of honesty. It doesn't just change how others see you. It changes how you see yourself.